Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Praise Digital Hub. On this channel, what we do is to bring you useful business information so that you can make informed business decisions. And if you are new to this channel, you are welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. Do well to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share the video so that your circle will get to know about what is in the video as you have known. And for returning subscribers, we are privileged to have you. It's because of you we are here. So let's dive deep into our work for today, how to start a business in Nigeria. We know that Nigeria is a country that has a lot of potential with over 213 million people, and over 60% of these people are young people. So businesses thrive here in Nigeria. There are a lot of businesses that are doing well. So in this video, we want to discuss in a little bit detail how to start a business in Nigeria, and not just starting it, how to do well running a business in Nigeria. So the first thing you have to do when you want to set up any kind of business in Nigeria is to conduct a market research. You have to conduct a market research to identify a viable business opportunity, and also to identify a problem that needs to be solved, and also researching an existing solution to know whether there's a gap that exists. So it is essential to have a good understanding of your target audience, of your competitors, and also the marketing trend. So in a nutshell, when you want to start a business in Nigeria, the first thing you have to do is to conduct a market research. When you are done with conducting a market research, the next thing you do is to choose a business structure. Structure is important for every business. It's like the foundation upon which the business is laid upon. So in Nigeria, there are several business structures to choose from, and the trend is from proprietorship, partnership, limited liability company, and also corporation. And the most popular in Nigeria is the limited liability company that provides a separate legal entity and protection for the owners. So when you are done with conducting a market research, then you choose the structure of the business you want to do. Then after that, we have to look at the legal and regulatory framework. And if you have to do a business here in Nigeria, I know some of these things may not really apply for Nigeria alone. You have to ensure that you comply with the rules and regulation of the country. Talking about registering your business, yes, and you register with Corporate Affairs Commission, otherwise known as the CAC. They are the ones that are in charge with the registration of businesses. And to register your business, you need to provide the following documentation. Number one is you have a completed registration form. The next one is you have a memoranda or article of association, as in the case may be. You have an identification of the directors and shareholders of the company that is starting out. Then you have an evidence of a payment of registration fee. Let me take this thing again. I said the first one is that you have a completed registration form. After that, you have a memoranda or article of association. Then after that, you have an identification form. That's an identity for the directors or shareholders of the company. And finally, you provide an evidence of the payment of the registration fee. And once you have registered with CAC, you need to obtain the necessary permits and licenses. Let's assume that maybe you are going into food business. So when you are done registering with CAC, you have to register with the specific industry that you are operating in. Like I say, somebody going to food or food-related businesses, after registering with CAC, you go and register with NAFDAC. NAFDAC means National Agency for Food, Drug and Administration and Control, so that you can get the necessary permits to operate in that particular industry. Yes. Then the next step you take is to open a business account. Once the business has been registered, the permit has been gotten, then you walk to the bank and open a business account to receive payments and also to make payments. So the next thing you need to do when you are setting up a business in Nigeria is to look at your funding options. Once you have taken care of the legal and regulatory requirement, the next step is to secure funding for your business. And there are several funding options available for you in Nigeria. Number one is personal savings. You can use your personal savings to start your business. These are money you must have grown over time from the business you are doing or from work Then the next thing is family and friends. You can source money from your family and friends depending on the good way you have with them. You remember they taught us in business school that goodwill is an asset in business. You can source money from them to start a business. Then the third one is bank loan. You can obtain a loan from bank or other financial institution to start a business. But however, it's not always advisable to go for loan when starting a business. So it's advisable to get a fund that you may not be required to start paying interest as the business is starting, to remove unnecessary pressure being put on you. So if you can use the first two options, fine. For the first option for me is the best. Then the next funding option is venture capital. Capital firm provide funding to start up in exchange for equity in the business. People can say, okay, let me come and provide this funding for you, and I will take off this percentage for equity in the business. It's something you have to sit down and negotiate with them, and also look at the offer and know whether it's something that will favor you or not. Because from experience, it's still an avenue for some people to come through the back door to take over your business. So when the offer comes, something you sit down and think over it and also negotiate well with the people the offer is coming from. And finally, we talk about angel investors. Angel are high net worth individual who provide funding to start up in exchange for equity. So angels too is another source of getting funding. When you have gotten your funding right, the next thing is to look for a business location. And in looking for a business location, there are certain factors you have to consider. You consider your proximity to the target market, availability of infrastructure in the place. You talk about transportation, security, and also it's essential to consider rent or lease to ensure that all these things falls within your budget. And of course, you know that when you want to set up a business, you have to have a budget that you are starting with. So when you are done with the location issue, the next thing is your marketing strategy. Remember, your marketing strategy is what projects you, either your product or services, to the people you are serving. So a robust marketing strategy is essential for attracting and also retaining the right customers. And you can also leverage on digital marketing, you can leverage on social media, and also traditional advertising method. Our social media video can do well for you on this. It is also essential to have a unique selling proposal and competitive pricing advantage. You know, when you are starting out in the business, there are people that have been in the business. It's also good, maybe you set your price a little bit lower than theirs so that you can attract customers with the price and retain them. So in conclusion, starting and running a business in Nigeria is very rewarding, and at the same time it's challenging. But the challenges does not take away the rewards that comes with it if it is properly managed. So in starting a business in Nigeria, remember we have told you in this video that you have to conduct a market research, then you choose a structure, the kind of business you want to do. After that, you look at the legal and regulatory framework, then you obtain your permits and licenses, you open a bank account, then you choose your funding options, choose your business location, and finally you determine the accurate marketing strategy that will impact on the business you want to do. I believe that this video has brought some value to you. Please do well to subscribe to this channel to help us grow. Also share the video so that others will get to know about it as you have known. Thank you for watching. This is Praise Digital Hub.